We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
These past couple of months, we've lost so many great musicians. Ozzy, that was heartbreaking.
The guitarist for Mastodon.
Brett Hines, man.
Yeah.
He was the main reason why I got into Mastodon. Awesome guitar player.
You know what's interesting? I don't know if you hear it, but when I first heard Mastodon, I had heard of them, but you know how like sometimes you're in a different headspace and you, for whatever reason, you just don't dig in, and then albums go by and then finally you say, okay, I'm going to check them out.
Yeah.
And I think it was Crack the Sky album when I really started listening.
Yeah.
And one of the first things I thought was vocally, I heard a lot of Ozzy influence in that. Did you hear that? Or is it just me?
Yeah. Well, they have 3 singers, right? So I can hear some Ozzy. And Brett a little bit, or
I don't, yeah, kind of.
the drummer maybe?
Was it Troy?
I don't know what, I forget all their names, but
I know.
I think it is the drummer.
Okay.
The other, the bass player, I forget what his name is, but he was the one that had the
Yeah, he did a little bit more of the growl.
Yeah, and then Brett was like the country singer. You could tell like his style was different from...
You know what? It might have been the combination of Brett and the drummer.
Probably.
I don't know, because it
harmonizing.
had yeah.
We lost Flacco Jimenez.
And Mangione, right?
I found that in my closet holding his horn or something on the cover of the album. He's like smiling.
Yeah.
And
So that's it. Yeah,
that one was good.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then we lost Hulk Hogan. No.
Dude, I was about to be like, where my Hulkamaniacs at?
This is Nobody Cares Podcast, SATX. I'm the host here, Tone Solo, and with me always is the man behind the controls, the guy that's never late, the guy that's always on time, puts his effort into everything. Mr. Dirty Aaron, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man.
Nice.
Thanks for that lovely intro right there.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Cool.
Got to build it up a little bit, right?
Nothing but love.
It's all love around here.
Yeah. And today's guest, it's a good one. We have rhythm and lead from the band The Reunion here in San Antonio, Texas, Mr. Steven Martinez. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming over here and hanging out with us and putting up with us.
Yeah, for sure. You know already.
Oh, man. What are we getting into?
We call it Origins.
Ooh,
What's your
man.
story?
I was 4 years old, and ironically, talking about Mangione, I remember being in the back seat, half asleep. I guess the song during that time, they were playing Mangione on the radio. And it was that one song, that one iconic song, all instrumental. There was something about the melody, man. Something about the melody. It had a hook and everything. And so for the longest time, I would go through life before the internet really took off, right? Wondering, who the hell played that song? And always wondered who it was. So it goes that far back. I don't know. It was just things I remember, just hearing songs, hearing melodies, not knowing what it was, but just remembering like how it captured an emotion.
Yeah.
At 4 years old.
What do they call that?
Prodigy, maybe?
No, earworm or something like that. Something that gets stuck in your head.
No, that,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same thing.
Well, it's like the melody getting stuck. No, like
Yeah, but
Well, you know, I had to kind of go
he was
back.
taking a journey, I think, what he's
Well,
too.
when you mentioned Journey, because that was the next one. So you know how they played 10 years back on the radio, right? So that wasn't my era, but I remember being very little, and those were the songs that they were playing at the time. And then at the house, my dad was not really ever into rock. If anything, he was always like playing like Motown stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, he was playing like Marvin Gaye,
Yeah.
Smokey Robinson,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Classic shit.
yeah, classic stuff.
I was jamming to the Four Tops the other day. Just
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'll be there.
I was
Yeah.
going to go follow you. Do the dance.
Yeah.
And the slide out.
There you go.
Do the slide out.
And then you're next, Steven. Let's go.
Oh, man, right? There was always music in the house. Mom and dad were both working all the time. Mom would get up early for work and she'd be listening to the radio and she would listen to music of the time. On the weekends, we would go to my aunt's house. My older cousin had posters of Triumph, Rush, Van
Damn.
Halen.
Oh, the 80s.
Like she was into the rock. You had your parents' music of the 50s, the 60s, and 70s. And then 80s was already kind of like the one-hit wonders. You had the hard rock, a lot of music just to absorb. And you're just like ADD, you know?
Yeah.
You're just trying to take it all in.
much,
and,
yeah.
and it's always new discovery, new discovery.
So this is still what you're probably already about, what, 9, 10?
I actually had to do some digging too because I was trying to timestamp some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, how old was I when that came out? I think I was like 6. Okay, so back to Journey, I was like fandom or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the Escape album. The cover, as a kid watching, that cover.
I only know the greatest hits album. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the one where Star Buggy, I call it, and it's bursting out of the planet. It's just like
Again.
a planet, and it's just like this thing just bursting out.
Oh, yeah, I'd
And
have to see that.
It
yeah.
says Escape. I don't know. It was just, maybe it was the colors of the album or whatever, but as a kid, it was just like, oh, this is so cool.
It's psychedelic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Psychedelic.
It catches your eyes, right?
sure.
And I think that's the thing about a lot of those albums during that time was the cover art.
Yeah.
You know, like you didn't know anything about them, but if the art caught your attention, you're like, I'm just gonna buy it for the art, and then I'll check it out. So coming into Journey, my thing at that time, it was like Journey, man. And so after that, it's just I noticed it was a slow progression to harder, faster subgenres of like underground, more
There you go.
underground. It
Yeah.
wasn't all like mainstream like Journey was. And then after Journey was Motley Crue, and then after Motley Crue was Iron Maiden, and
Kind of like the new heavy metal, right?
You've seen the covers.
Who was that?
Yeah.
Eddie?
He's their dude. He's on the cover of every album, right?
yeah, their mascot.
I didn't want to say mascot. He might be
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
Sorry, Eddie.
All right.
It's really cool. And like you said, looking for that. You stumble upon it sometimes. And I feel like that's what you're conveying. Is that a fair thing to say?
In a sense, but it was just one of those things. Or if you saw someone in a shirt, you never heard of that band, and you look and you're like, "Who is that?" So you were curious, So you go look for the album, or you go,
Right,
It wasn't like it's not like
Not today.
You just Google it, and you was like, "Who is this?"
They're like right in
Yeah.
front of you with their
Yeah.
camera phone.
Oh, yeah. No, it's Shazam.
Well, you know what?
Well, what's that song?
Yeah,
There you
well,
go.
I think like with Musicland, or not even Musicland, I think it
Oh, I
was like
remember that.
Sound
South Park?
Warehouse.
Oh,
Sound
okay, yeah,
Warehouse.
yeah.
Like, I think they were the closest to like a corporate
Yeah.
chain.
Yeah.
Where
Like a Sam Goody.
but they were kind of borderline because they didn't go too like hardcore for that time. So there was Flipside.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you went to Flipside, it was like a whole new world there too, because then you walk in and you're like, oh man.
Why
like,
did it smell funny in here?
yeah. Like
Oh, those are
it's-
just incense.
Yeah, exactly, right?
We tried to deodorize them. Sorry.
So let's talk a little bit about when did you start playing guitar?
Man, okay. So yeah, like I said, I had to kind of go back and kind of
Also, was that your first instrument?
what, guitar?
Yeah. Or did you play something different before?
Yeah, you could say it's my first instrument. After that, later down the road, I was dabbling like with piano and keyboard.
Oh, okay.
But I kind of stuck more
So
with
back
guitar.
to the main question.
Okay, first guitar. I want to say I started around. I want to say it was around 12 or 14. Somewhere
nice.
around that.
Yeah.
Middle
time.
school, getting into high school, huh?
No, you
Well,
know
you're
what?
like-
You know what? I take that back. I think it was 14. It was 14 because
Freshman year?
no. I was like in middle school, man.
14 years in ninth grade.
I
depends.
I
Yeah.
started a year late.
Yeah, that's
okay.
like,
And I did fail once. I was retained, so that's 2 years. So yeah,
You
I'm
didn't have to say all that, Steven. But I got you.
all right, we can take that out in editing. Don't worry about it, man.
It's all right. It's all right.
No,
I ain't ashamed.
I wore it proud
I
of
ain't
me.
Because
ashamed.
I was going to say, I think I was 14 too when I was in 8th grade. So, I mean, I think that's
Yeah.
all
Oh, I think you were
So-
held back too.
right. No, I started school late too. So,
Yeah, it was December, so I was like,
cool.
they gave me another year.
and was it
They gave me another year before I got thrown in.
guitar lessons or?
Well, okay, so how that came about, I was always captivated with music and it definitely got my attention. So yeah, I went like, man, I want to learn how to play guitar. And then, so like going back to those cousins that were at the house,
Right.
there was this one cousin of mine, his name is Mike, and he would dabble with the guitar. He had an electric guitar. And so I'm just like looking like, man, I want to learn how to do that. I want
Nice.
to, And so I remember, him and a buddy of his, they'd have a couple of jams, just kind of jamming out, messing around or whatever. And I'm just there, just kind of just checking them out. One summer, I was approached by the owner of Flipside Records. His name was Doug. I don't know if you remember him back
He was
in the
an
day.
older white gentleman.
Yes, with
Long
the glasses.
beard. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, about a year, let me see, from 12 to, so about for 2 years, I was consistently going to that shop every weekend. I literally like save my lunch money. I wouldn't eat all week because I'm saving my money because when the weekend comes, I'm, asking my mom, hey, can you take me to the flip side? I
Where
want
you getting this money at, son?
right? Selling pencils. And, so I would save my money, and on the weekend I would go and buy an album or whatever I could afford,
Right.
whether it was going to be an album or a shirt or maybe an EP, $5, and maybe I
Yeah.
could get a shirt with it. I don't know.
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
whatever
I was
deal you had.
I was
going
trying
on.
to budget, what can I get the most of out of $20 at the time, right? I was going there quite often, that I guess I became like a regular,
Yeah.
So one summer he approached me and he asked me, hey, I need someone who can help me with my collection in the back. I need someone who can put everything in alphabetical order by artists. I'm like, okay.
Nah.
And so I'm thinking, oh, this is like the coolest summer job ever,
Hell
right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though all the money went right back to them.
Give me the money, I'm gonna spend it right here.
Yeah, man. But I mean, it was cool, man. So I would
Sounds like our government here.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm all excited about it, right? So some of that money I did save, right? So I was buying albums and shirts and all this and that, but I was saving that money. And so when I got to a certain amount, I think it was like maybe a little over $100, maybe like a little less than 200. I reached out to that one cousin. I was like, hey, I want to buy a guitar, man, but I don't know where to go. I don't know anything about it, And he's all like, I said, can you take me to a pawn shop? Because I remember going with him to a pawn shop one day and he was just checking out some pedals. And he's like, yeah. So he picks me up, takes me to a pawn shop, and I'm just looking, and I see this like black V guitar, and it just looks cool. It's an
Flying V?
off-brand. Yeah. It just looks cool, but it was like an off-brand,
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
knockoff. But to me, it was like, I want that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So
Because you didn't.
Because that's at
your
the
first
beginning.
one.
It's always
Yeah,
how
it's
it
the
looks, not how it plays. It's how it looks.
Exactly,
It's like,
man.
I don't know what I'm
Exactly.
doing, but that one looks good.
That one's awesome.
Exactly, man.
And
Exactly.
there comes your cousin. It's like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. And then forgetting about like, oh yeah, you need to tune it, and do you know how to tune it? Oh, you're gonna need an amp. What?
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah.
you're gonna need. I was like, dang, I don't
All the
have
accessories.
I only had enough for the guitar.
He's like, well, I only have this many dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then one day, like my dad walks in the room and he sees the guitar and he's all like, "Where'd you get that?" And I said, "I bought it." And he's like, "You bought it? How'd you buy? With what?" I said, "With the money I saved." And he's like,
Selling pencils.
"Yeah, yeah, man." And so, and he's like, but I told him like, well, I'm trying to figure it out, because there was no one there to like
Yeah.
in the house, like show me how to play guitar. So I'm just kind of dabbling, just trying to mess with it and trying to play this. What was that one riff from? It was Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Is it Electric Funeral? Dun, dun.
That's Black Sabbath.
No. Well, it's that one. Oh my God, I went blank on this one. Wasted Years.
Oh, okay.
Wasted Years. That opening riff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's only on one string. So I'm over here trying to like play that because I don't know how to play anything else, and it just sounds like
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing, but I don't.
So that's the first song you learned?
Well, that was the one I attempted to.
I mean, it was always just like the riff, right?
Yeah.
Like, get the main riff
The
was always
main
cool to
riff.
get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah, because it built a little momentum.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, I got it down. I think I got it down.
Then you'd be like practicing. I'm like, can't wait to get home to practice the same riff over and over and over.
yeah, and then you're like, oh, it's the verse. It ain't as catchy.
Now you got to learn to play and sing.
Yeah. But so that's how that came about. So
That's cool.
so when he saw that about the guitar and he saw that I was kind of like struggling, like I didn't know what to do.
This
he,
is your father, right?
Yeah. He's all like, whoa. And I told him, well, I'm going to need an amp and I'm going to need like a tuner. I'm going to need all that. And I said, and so he's like, well, he goes, what about lessons? I was like, okay. So, so there was this place. I don't, oh, it's been so long. I don't even know if I remember, but it was right there on Nogalitos and 35. It's right there on the corner. It's a pawn shop, or at least I think it's a pawn shop now, but there used to be a music store there. And there was this jazz guitar teacher that taught lessons there. So they sent me there and he says, well, what are you listening to? I told him, right now I'm listening to Testament and Slayer. And he's all like, I don't listen to trash. I don't play trash. He was real strict. Told my parents like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it there. And then shortly after I'd heard about Ron, who played in Watchtower, and he was teaching at BJ's Music on Pleasanton, right?
Yeah,
So
that's actually where we got a lot of our equipment.
Southside.
starting
That's
off,
where I got
yeah.
my first guitar.
Yeah. I took some lessons from him, and so
That's cool.
So that was cool.
I forgot about Watchtower.
Yeah.
We had an older friend. Well, he's a little bit older, but he told me about them back when we were first playing Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
But no. Yeah,
Huh?
I'm not as old.
I didn't know that his brother now drums for George Straits.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
He's been drumming for him for
No more trash. No,
hey man, he's got a good gig there, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, didn't George retire?
I
I thought he did, but then I just found out, didn't he play like the... over
think
there?
that Erbil thing benefit.
Oh, yeah.
I think he did something on that.
Oh, okay, yeah, probably, yeah.
I don't know. But,
Yeah, well, with AI these days.
I know you can't even tell anymore. I learned a lot with him. He was very open. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
wasn't like no at the time, because what he would do was like, say there was a particular song you're wanting to learn, but you can't figure it out, right? So he would listen to it and he would tab it all out right then and there. Like
Nice.
he just had that ear, like
Yeah.
he's all like that. So I'd take him like songs from Death. At the time, I was listening to this one particular album. It's like Cookie Monster,
Yeah, exactly.
Because that was kind of like not the new, but it was kind of coming up.
It was coming up,
That
yeah,
genre
definitely.
was coming up, and he was more like prog and Rush and just more
Yeah, old school heavy metal. Like,
yeah,
progression.
So, I kind of got like a little bit
Progressive.
of a guitar leadist vibe, but I mean, I can understand why he kind of is. He's like all over the
Oh,
place.
yeah.
It's like a mad scientist. and then he built guitars from
Oh, shit,
scratch
hell
and
yeah.
everything. He
Yeah.
designed his own guitars. He would go, "Hey, look, I'm working on this."
Oh,
one."
fuck
And he
yeah.
would show me like from scratch, like. He designed one guitar, looked like a wolf, like a head of a wolf.
Oh,
I
shit.
think it was like on one of the art on the album covers that he did. And
Wow.
yeah, so he was cool. He was all over the place with that. And then sometimes I would he would tell me, "Hey, well, I'm not going to be here for the next couple of Saturdays because I'm going to go to Germany." And he had a tour, and I would hear like, "Oh man, he's going to Germany on a tour." I was like, "Man, that's cool," you know.
Yeah.
I was like, "Man, I guess it's real."
This is a real job after all.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
It just kind of opened you up more because he was really about a lot of like theory and
Yeah.
how you do harmonies and understanding like how it works,
Yeah, that's
intervals
cool.
and
Yeah.
scales and all that, like the whole theory part of it, So
The whole 9 yards, too. It's like,
yeah, I mean it gets so in depth, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And sometimes you're like, and he would always have this like little phrase. He goes, Bach wouldn't like that.
Bach.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Bach wouldn't like that. I'm like,
Sebastian.
okay.
It's like, yo, we in the south side here? No way, Johann Sebastian Bach's.
Yeah, but nah, man, it was all good, So there would be like certain songs and all that, like they didn't have the magazines didn't have tablatures or they didn't make the book for yet, So I would take him, hey, I want to learn how to play this song. Can you tab it out real quick? He's like, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And so
That's
they-
cool. He did that for you.
Yeah, and then
It's like your own personal man printer.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that was one of the main things he did teach me was tablature, like how to read tablature, because I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He basically broke it down, and then he would do like these finger exercises and scales and stuff like that, you know, on tab. And so that alone helped like so much.
Just a loser wasting time. I'm just a loser wasting time. Wasted heart and wasted mind. I'm just a loser wasting time.
Day of Bloodshed. Was that the first band you started, or was there?
I would say it was the first like official band,
Oh,
like
okay.
serious band. Prior to that, going further years back before that, it was just more attempts
Yeah.
of trying to get a band going, but it just couldn't get off the ground.
In high school and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Well-
I think because everybody had their explorations with
In
different
high-
things
yeah,
in high
like-
school. Like,
Yeah.
like what they were going to play too.
Yeah,
Nobody wanted to play bass. It was like,
Nobody want to play bass.
everybody wanted to play
yeah,
guitar.
Yeah, guitar.
Like
yeah.
fucking 700 guitar players, and I'll play one bass.
Right, yeah.
And one drummer. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, it was like one bass player to 10 guitarists,
Pretty much.
pretty much.
And
yeah.
drummers were hard to find too. So
Yeah.
we
Well,
were looking at us.
singers are hard to find.
Fingers. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, this guy's a singer over here. I was a singer. Our families were singers. So it's like, we were kind of like, well, who wants to sing? But
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah.
Or at least,
For us, it was all like, who's going to play the bass?
like, I
Still
guess
nobody
I
wants to
will.
play the bass. Man. Either drums or guitar. Everybody.
Before we head into that, there was some stuff that never got off the ground.
Yeah.
You know, after your lessons and stuff,
Yeah.
that made you obviously better. Did you try out like, or just like jam out with friends in high school and shit?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there was, while I was doing that, so there were some attempts to start a band.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple of guys from school, we had this, the neighbor had this empty garage that he just let us hang out
Nice.
and use, right?
Yeah.
So we set up in there, so I had
Neighbors
this,
that love the music. Welcome to here, man.
yeah, they were cool. They were cool with us, man.
Some George Strait.
They start requesting shit after a while.
Yeah, I was like, hey, we don't know that one yet. We're learning it. We're learning it.
Thank you for the space again.
We're getting it tabbed out. Okay.
Yeah.
Give us a
Cool.
minute.
But they were definitely there were metalheads. I mean, I was a metalhead. There were metalheads, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
it was like at the time, like I said, everything was progressing to faster, harder speed, everything. And so at the time, it was like let me say it in the right dialect. Sepultura. Yeah, we're listening to a lot of them and Slayer and Death, and so it was a lot of like thrash metal, death metal kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So we were messing with that. We were like playing some Sepultura covers and some Slayer covers, and then we were trying to write our own stuff on top of it.
No, that's cool.
And all that, but it only lasted like for like a year or so. Me and the drummer, he lived like 5 minutes away. I guess you could say we were pretty good friends, like through middle school, high school, all through the years. And so we try to put something together, me and him, but it just never seemed to
Get off the ground.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't really meant to be. And then I had this other friend, more through high school, and so he was a pretty talented guy. He was just one of those dudes that like he could do just about anything like effortlessly. It appeared,
Right.
like. But he go into these
prodigy.
yeah, like he go into these phases though, man. He was a trip.
Oh,
And-
shit.
But he liked a lot of the satanic kind of stuff.
Oh,
He
shit.
was like Fate's Warning.
Oh, Fate's Warning.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah. Merciful Fate.
yeah.
Merciful Fate, King Diamond.
right?
King Diamond and like all that, Candle Mass and like all this like dark stuff, right?
Black candles.
Yeah. So, in his project, I was just the guitarist sound effect, if you will. Like certain parts of the song just had this heavy chug, more has an added sound effect rather than like the core of the song or like the catchy part of the
Yeah,
song,
yeah.
And his project was called The Dust People.
The Dust People.
The Dust People. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we had this one gig at DMZ, at the DMZ.
Oh man,
yeah.
on couples.
Yeah, man.
One of my first venues I went to.
Yeah, it was probably like the first and last time I played there.
Oh, you played there? That's
yeah,
cool,
yeah,
man.
we played there. He booked a gig, he booked a show, and so he's like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna need a guitarist, man. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do?" And he's all like, "No, I just want you to play guitar in the background, man."
want you
I'm
to
like,
chug.
okay, yeah, just chug. Like, I'm like, okay, man. I'm like, dude, okay. So it was just more like live, like improv, experimental, and all that. But he had like this nice Korg, and he could loop like rhythms and everything.
cool.
So
Yeah.
he had a Korg, and then he was doing guitar and vocals, and then I was doing second guitar, and so it was more like an experimental project. It was really weird, you know.
Yeah.
I just call it that. It was experimental. But again, it was all new to me because I had never played like in a public, you know, like bar, or not even a bar, but like a little music club or
Yeah.
a little venue. So I'm just like, okay. I'm like, okay. I'll
And
just,
this was in high school still? Or are you
yeah.
already out of
yeah,
high
yeah.
school?
So it was all new,
But
man.
playing the DMZ, cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
In high school,
Yeah.
like that was senior year or something.
Yeah, I think
Dude, I don't even remember.
my
man.
senior, that was the first venue, and I saw one of my first punk rock bands there.
Oh.
Definitely underground
hooked me.
punk.
Yeah, like,
Do you remember a place called Club Oasis?
it sounds familiar. I think so.
They were on Main. They were literally right next door to Hog Wild Records.
Oh,
in that
we're talking
strip,
Yeah,
in that
yeah, yeah,
strip,
yeah.
there used to be a place called Club Oasis, and they used to have a lot of like hardcore punk shows. I think when they shut down and then DMZ kind of took off a little bit more because it needed like something for the vacuum.
Yeah.
So a lot of the punk shows went there. But at that time, it was like, there was this one band I really dug at the time. They were called CBS.
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember
No,
that.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, the acronym was like Crippled by Society.
Oh,
So that sounds
Right.
pretty punk,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and there was this other band. I think they're called Fearless Iranians from Hell. I don't know if you remember that.
Iranian.
And it was FIFH, and they were punk too.
Yeah.
But I mean, so it was like hardcore stuff, but it was definitely underground. You know, nothing really mainstream. And I think some of the members are from Corpus and from here actually.
okay.
But I never met them. You know, I mean, but I remember going to some of those punk shows, and I had a friend of mine that was like a hardcore. He was like the only punk rocker in the school, like the only one actually like sporting a mohawk.
Mohawk and
yeah. Yeah, you know, he had his battle jacket on and his
For real?
patches and everything like
The
that.
spikes.
The spikes. I was
Yeah,
listening to spikes.
yeah.
No, no.
So,
I mean, but the spikes kind of coincide with heavy metal too. I don't know what
yeah.
it was.
Mhm.
It's like
yeah.
spikes.
Well, that's one thing I didn't
Satanic
notice too.
too.
Like, yeah,
Spikes,
yeah,
they love
yeah. going to those shows, like especially if you went to like a punk show, then you saw certain bands sported there. Like you didn't see a lot of metal being sported there, but I did notice a lot of Motorhead. If there was any metal, punk, whatever,
Yeah,
it was kind of
Bridging the gap.
yeah, it was kind of like Motorhead. And again, you know, so it's like, okay. And I remember first hearing them, it didn't really.
I think it's
Ace of
everybody would
Spades?
agree to Ace of Spades because
Yeah.
it sounds like a punk rock, song.
Oh,
It
yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And the Ace of Spades.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. but you know, again, I guess everyone, you know, sometimes when you catch a song, you're in a different headspace, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really resonate with you at the time.
For sure.
But then you go back and you're like, dude, like this was pretty good.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come
That
in like this
happens a lot.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. But where were we going with all this?
So yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about yeah.
It's a lot of
That's what
reminiscing.
happened.
It's
That's
good.
what happens.
It's good. This is what we want, you know.
Yeah, it's
This
just a
good content.
conversation.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Day of Bloodshed. So let's kind of get the origins of that, who started it, or was it around what 2010 or 20?
Yeah,
I was looking at the YouTube channel.
I want
seen,
to say it was about, I think, started to really try to get that going like in 2009. Took about a year. Took about a year to finally get like the 4 original members and for us to kind of be cohesive, I guess, you know, because we're all coming from different directions in a way. So I started that one and with the original bass player, his name is Mike, and we used to work together for a little while at a Walmart automotive center.
Okay.
And so that's how we got to know each other there. And then, you know, we're trying to form this band and we're like, man, we need a good drummer, man. It's like, damn. It's like, okay, well, he's like, well, I play bass, you know. He's like,
The only guy.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about bass.
You gotta
He's covered. He's covered, you know. You go, we just need a singer and a drummer. Like, dang. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be hard. And so one day, you know, we're talking about, you know, like, well, you know what? I take that back. There was a drummer we tried out. We worked with one, didn't work out. We lost him, and then we're like, okay. So we both, you know, took a trip to the store real quick. It was already like late at night. It was when Walmart were still 24/7.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
the automotive was 24/7 too?
No. It was just one of the super Walmarts. Well, we'll kind of find out. Well, so we go there, right? You know, we're getting a few things or whatever, and we're kind of talking over like, yeah, man, like, well, maybe we can do that, or maybe we can put up some ads and fly. We're trying to figure out a game plan how we can get some members, right? And so we go in there, and then we run across a mutual friend that worked there, and he goes, and we're talking to him, yeah, man, we're trying to get this band going. He's like, hey, man, do you need a drummer? Yeah, actually, we do. He goes, dude, I know the perfect guy for you, man. I'm like, okay. He goes, hold on, man. I'll get him. I'll go get him. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, he worked there too?
Yeah, he worked there too. I was like, at a different location,
okay.
And you were like, okay. And so he comes out and he goes, hey, man, I want you to meet Joel. And this is Steve and this is Mike and all that. And he goes, yeah, man, they're looking for a drummer, you know? So and that's kind of how that started,
Nice.
right? At that time, I was really listening to Mudvayne, Chevelle,
hell
like
yeah.
a lot of new metal.
The new stuff, yeah.
Like Fear Factory, Slipknot, like a lot of that. So I was definitely in that headspace, like
Right.
something commercial but heavy still.
Yeah.
And this particular drummer, he was listening to like stuff that was at that time considered not as commercial. So it was like heavier, harder, like deathcore. And so it took a little while because
Yeah, well, I was because on the YouTube it says metalcore. Okay?
yeah, it was
For y'all though, that's what y'all named. Y'all were like metalcore,
I think
right?
I think the music style definitely fit more into that metalcore genre. So it was bands like Killswitch Engage, All That Remains,
Yeah, yeah.
like those kind of bands as well.
Betray You.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So musically, we started like gelling, but then we still needed a vocalist. And I don't know how. I think
So
we
y'all-
put out an ad.
Sorry about that. Did y'all try to like...
In the current or something.
Oh,
no, like for real, right? Did something y'all
I think
try
it was
to do?
MySpace.
Oh, yeah, I
hey.
forgot about that. Yeah, that's
Dude,
right.
that's
All the social
easy.
media was already
Oh.
happening by then, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But I mean, it was still like hands-on, you know, where they would, you know, you get like this piece of paper and you write all of them, and then you would kind of put these
Oh,
little
yeah.
slits.
The
And you can
slits.
Oh, yeah.
cut the little tab off, you know, with it.
Take a little flyer.
Yeah, exactly.
The number was at the bottom, but
Yeah.
leave the flyer here, please.
Yeah, man. So, so we wind up finding a vocalist, and I think originally he was from Ohio.
Oh.
Yeah, he was from Ohio, you know, so he wasn't even from San Antonio. His mom lived here, and it was just at that time, you know, and he was looking to do something as well, and it worked out, and we wound up getting in touch with him, and so he's like, yeah, you know, come on out to the house. It just seems like things, once we got him involved, like things started to fall in place.
Rising like flames, bright out light, darkness surrounding my last cry. Rising like flames, bright out light, darkness surrounding my last
He would just say, hey, just loop the riff and I'll work the vocal arrangement. I'm like, okay.
Like his intro versus chorus.
Yeah. So he was really good with like song structure on that aspect, which helped me a lot because like it kind of gave me a different approach, because before I was always so focused on the music, you know, the guitaring, the riff and all this and that, but never really like putting a lot of energy into the words, the enunciation, and how it's broken down, and how you can kind of like segue it into the change or the verse and all that kind of stuff. So kind of looking at how he worked and how he did it, and I was like, oh, okay. So I was, again, you know, just
Learning from each other.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, and that was cool because I think with the three of us, see, and this is funny, right? Because we're finally a 4-piece, and I think shortly after we recorded the first 2 tracks, which was In the Absence of Light, which we have a video for, and a song called In Ruins. Shortly after that, our bass player leaves.
After it was secure for the whole time, it's like, he's gone.
Yeah,
It's like, where are we going to find a bass player?
It's like we just got it. We just got these 2 songs off the ground now. Finally, we got something going, you know. But needless to say, that's just kind of how things happen, you know. And I think with that band, it was really tough because there were a lot of challenges, man. Like a lot of challenges, and a lot of the members that we lost, it wasn't like the typical like artistic differences. It was just life, you know. circumstances or a better opportunity, that was gonna, definitely
Help
make
them out.
make their life better,
Yeah.
financially.
You can't fault people for that.
Nah,
It's the way it happens.
Yeah. So for the first EP, I think we put that one out in 2010.
Okay.
I think it's 6 songs.
And was it a self-released or under a label, or did you have his own label? Just
Everything was self.
Self?
Everything was self-release. Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
so we did that one. I'm trying to remember. I think it was 2010. We did CDs, physical CDs, T-shirts, all that kind of stuff, and it was going good for a while. I mean, we did open up for some international acts. We opened up like for Fear Factory, Sepultura, In This Moment, Shadows Fall, like several, yeah. So I think our biggest show was when we opened up for Sepultura.
Where was this at?
At Backstage Live.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Backstage Live, and it
In
was
2010.
no, well, was it 20? I think at that time it might have been 2011, 2012.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
It might have been.
Because it was the Warehouse first, and then Backstage Live.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so
That's
and
cool.
and that was a pretty intense show because that was our first like major like supporting slot for
So wait, was this
international
before
band.
you played with Fear Factory? Because they were going around pretty good for a while.
Actually, yeah, it was before. Fear Factory came like in 2013, I think.
When did they first come out?
They first came out like it might have been in the early 90s, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, because I think their demanufactured album is already over 30 years old.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and that was their.
I think maybe
and
that's
that was
probably
like
when
their-
I was
and
listening
I
to
think
them,
that
like,
was their.
in the 2000s. Like you just barely hearing Fear Factory now.
I'm not too familiar about them, but are they the ones that did the cover of Cars?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's how I knew them.
Yeah.
was,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of people gravitated towards that because, like, oh, it's Cars.
Cars, yeah. I think that's why I
Yeah.
knew them.
Yeah.
I had a friend that it made me a mix CD, and he put that on there.
He's like, he'll like this one at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He put he had Machine Head on there.
Oh,
fuck
Even
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Machine Head doing the cover of
Message in a Bottle.
Yeah,
Message in a
Message
Bottle. Yeah, yeah.
And he put some Chevelle and I think Mudvayne on it. So that was
Yeah.
kind of when I was getting into the heavier stuff too. Growing up, learning guitar, but
Oh, okay.
But it's not about him, it's about you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, speaking of Machine Head, they just played. We just
Oh,
popped in, man.
Aztec, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. They filmed the video live there.
Oh, cool.
And it's all Aztec. Everything in that video. It's
No shit.
Yeah, that place is really nice when you walk
Oh,
in
yeah.
there.
oh yeah.
It's nice.
We took some pictures. And he's like, "What do you want to take pictures for?" I'm like, "Dude, we're gonna have to go through this again." Come on.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. So we opened up for a lot of like
Sepultura, you were on that one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went back on Fear Factory. My bad, but
yeah. No, you're good. You're
Aaron
good.
threw us off there.
yeah, that was me. That was my fault.
Yeah. And
Sepultura, one of y'all's biggest shows was
Yeah.
what you were saying.
Yeah, that was and it's one of those like when you come from that world, the crowd's kind of brutal. I mean, if you suck,
Oh,
they'll
for
let, they'll
Oh,
let you
yeah.
know. They'll let you
Metal
know.
fans don't give a
and
shit, man.
so we're kind of like dang, like
And nervous.
like
for
yeah,
sure.
we were kind of it was like that. It was that nervous energy of like we're excited, but at the same time we're kind of like, man, I hope they don't
Yeah.
like yeah. And so, but no, we were received pretty well.
So how many albums did y'all put out or EPs?
We did two. We did two. Yeah. So we did the first one, and you can hear the difference. So the first one was called Becoming, and then the second EP is Tides. Tides is definitely you can hear that change on that one. We added more melody, more harmonies,
More violin.
No, but I mean,
Did y'all have both these albums when y'all played with Sepultura?
No, we only had the first one out.
Oh, okay.
We only had the first one out. And I think the time slot they gave us was like 30 minutes.
30
Oh
minutes.
yeah.
So
I
it
think
was
that's-
it was
pretty
just
norm.
enough. It was
Yeah.
just, in fact, I think we had just finished writing Tides, which was the song for the second EP. So we played it at that
Oh, okay,
show.
cool,
So
yeah.
we were able to squeeze it in there. And so
Nice.
we had enough time. But again, it was one of those like, man, I don't know how they're going to receive this.
Right.
Because it does start off a little bit slow, kind of clean. But
What are you doing to these metalheads, man? Come on.
But then it hits,
Yeah.
Just give it some time. Give it some time. It's just-
Y'all telling them like that. It's getting there.
It's a love song.
Yeah, we're becoming artists.
It's love, death.
So the connection I was going to tell you about, you guys had a song called Until I Erase.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Until
So-
I erase,
For
yeah.
real?
Our band name was called Until We Erase.
Oh, okay.
So I was
Okay.
like, I was looking at the song. I was like, let me hear this song. I was
Oh,
like, wow, this
wow.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
But
it was,
yes.
it was kind of like in a way, it was kind of like a mantra, right? Like
Yeah.
until I'm done, until I'm gone,
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So yeah, it's same sentiment on that song too. Is kind of like until I erase, but at the same time, if you know, you'd have to read the lyrics to the song, but the opening lyrics is basically kind of paraphrases what it's really about. So it's kind of like I guess trying to. If you watch the video, there is like a little bit of a storyboard to it, but you know, budget only permitted so much. So there were some scenes that were cut out. You know, it's
mean,
like,
it had
hey,
to be.
we're running out of time. We gotta cut this one out. Yeah, but it was filmed right here in the South Side, on New Laredo Highway. If you go out before you hit Somerset, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Right. There's these junkyards.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah?
sir.
Yeah,
Well,
all
that building,
Yeah,
if
I
you're
was-
watching that
the
beginning of the
whole
video
damn-
where he's walking in that building,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think it's a machine shop now. You know, where
Dude,
they do heads and all,
Steven,
but it used-
that place still looks the fucking same, bro. It's a whole street of that shit.
I haven't been there in a while.
Is
but
that the one where he's looking in the mirror?
yes,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did see that video.
everything in there was inside that building. So there was no props or anything like that.
Right.
Everything you see is like the natural aesthetics.
Right.
Which was really cool because it was like, man, we don't have to doctor anything. We don't have to Hollywood anything. All we got, everything's there. The rust is there. You know, the falling walls are there. The dirty sink is there. Like everything is there.
This is how we do.
Yeah. And so it worked out.
Man, this is
That's
an awesome
perfect.
set, man. Watching this.
It's like, can we get somebody to rust that up real quick?
Who was the set director on this video?
We're just gonna go ahead and drop some shit
that
right here on
guy.
the side.
We want that guy.
Right.
That's cool though, man. I only say that because I was out there
Okay.
about a month ago looking for some parts.
Oh.
The fucking shit looks the same, bro. I'm
Oh,
like, damn.
wow. So it's still a machine shop?
There's a machine shop. There's also this like so many domestic parts and then foreign parts. All their places are still there, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of just warehouses of parts in the machine shop and stuff. They're still there. I don't know if the machine shop exactly where it's at, but that strip literally it's always how I remembered it, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's only like maybe a couple. They put like a Jack box up, or buying them
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
right there with New Laredo, but crazy. I was like, when you said, I was like, dude, I know exactly. I was just there and shit.
well, fun fact, right? Because you can't control things, right? So literally, on that particular video that we're going to shoot, the night before we were going to shoot that video, our original vocalist drops it on us that he's leaving the band because he's leaving.
He's going back to Ohio.
Yeah. And it was just like, what? You know what I mean? It's like,
We're about to record this.
We lost our bass player.
yes,
and
man.
Did it go across your head like we're gonna scrap this whole thing? Like fuck, he's leaving anyway.
Well, no. The bass player was in that mindset, like, oh, what's the point? Like, no, we're not going to do
okay.
that. And I'm like, dude,
It's
I got the director coming from Austin. He's got his crew coming out. They're already
It's set.
It's set, and it's like that's like bad business, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in the middle of the night, hey, never mind.
Yeah.
You know, just like I just try to like keep it together and say,
Hell yeah.
hey, look, can we just see this through? Like, I get it. You're gonna leave. I can't control that.
That's really cool, though.
You know,
Hell
like
yeah.
it's at least we can just kind of timestamp and say at least we saw it through,
Yeah.
and that's it.
It's a good
really,
story for everybody.
And now there's a
Yeah.
video on YouTube that's going to be there forever.
And
you
it,
know?
and it almost didn't happen. You know what I mean? And
Immortalized.
It was and it was just such an awkward day, man, because like we already knew
The news, the
yeah,
different ones.
and everyone that like the director and the crew and other people that were helping out, like they were all kind of excited about it and all that. But us, like, we're just kind of like, damn, man, like we haven't even told anyone
Back of
yet.
y'all's head.
Yeah, and it was just so like trying to like just not think about that and just like, okay, let's just focus like why
What we're
here,
doing.
what we're doing, and just get it done and all that. So it was one of those like mixed emotion days,
yeah, that's
like for
crazy.
sure,
So
Yeah.
is this what kind of ends the band, or it's just
No, so we lose our singer, and then we're like, dang, okay.
So
now-
the singer and the bass player leave around the same time, or
no,
No.
the original bass player
it already left?
had left
he already left.
after we became a 4-piece, right? After the second song or so. And then okay, so then what? Okay, so then we get the second bass player, and we're moving along. We finish the EP, and let's see, and then that's when we're We're going to shoot. We shot In the Absence of Light. That was the first video we did. And it's a very short song, but we kind of wanted to do that. Something kind of simple, straightforward. And there wasn't a lot. It was just like one location, one shot, and just kind of simple, right? And just to kind of get a feel for it, because it was like our first time doing a music video. And
quick run through or something.
And it was what we could afford at the time too, right? So we're like, okay, let's do this, right?
That's what it mainly boils down to.
Yeah, you know, what you can afford. And so we did it and we liked it and we're like, hey, well, it's not too bad, you know, like, you know, we were happy with the production and everything. And we did get a good response from that. And so, okay. So then it took a little time because the second song was much longer. There was more of a storyboard. There was a location. There was different scenes to shoot for it and all that. So that one came about a little bit later, but that song too was it did really well as well. And okay, so there's that. So okay, I'm trying to go back, right? And and then we had some gigs. And then,
Y'all finished the
I'm trying.
the video with them, the whole mindset going through with like him leaving and stuff. So when y'all rap, how did that feel? You know, like y'all actually did get it done. So
it was just one of those, man. Like, are you sure? Are you sure?
like, come
Like,
on,
it's
man.
kinda going
Like,
good
look
here,
at the
you know?
play it back for him.
Yeah.
Play it back for him. Maybe
It's
he'll
like,
stay.
are you sure, man? But nah, man. So he left, and you know, and we just like, man, we have this EP. We just put out this second video. It's building momentum. People we're getting a good response. It's like, dude, what do we do? Like, we lost a key member, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of times you identify the band with the vocalist, and you're losing the vocalist, and they get adjusted to that sound.
Yeah.
And then you have to bring someone else new, and they're gonna compare. That's just how it goes,
yeah.
right?
How it is.
So we're like, dang, man, we're gonna have to find someone else. And so we had a friend, a mutual friend that, you know, did gigs for us. Like he filled in for the vocals. His name is Roger Trevino. He's still active in the music scene as well. And he helped us out with several shows, you know, to get through until we could find a permanent replacement.
Yeah.
And again, we put out an ad, and, you know, we wind up finding a guy named Alex.
This time it was Facebook.
I think so. It might have been.
MySpace days were going down.
MySpace Plus, but but yeah, and Alex, he was from New York. And I'm like, man, we're finding all these people from out of state that ironically happened to be in Texas at the time, right? And so he was working on bass. I think he was working, I don't remember exactly what he did, but he was working at Randolph or something like that. And so he came and tried out. And so like, yeah, he sounded pretty good. I mean, his range was lower, so it kind of came out a little bit more punchier. But he could hit some of those highs like the original vocalist, and some of those songs have a lot of those high screams, you know, they're pretty noticeable, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, man, like, can you, so basically we
Dig deeper.
yeah. So, I mean, we already had an EP for him to listen to, and we
Yeah.
gave him the material, gave him the lyrics and all that. And he studied it. He
That's nice.
studied it.
How did he
and
feel like coming in and singing somebody else's lyrics, or you kind of like,
He was open. He was cool. He was cool about it. Like, he just said, man, like,
I just want to jam. I just want to be a part of a band.
well, he was doing, I think he had his own band when he was out in New York, and they were kind of same thing, a little bit, what were they? I guess you could say it was kind of like early, like new metal, or I guess what would you call like Killswitch Engage?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
kinda-
Well,
there's so many weird
Yeah.
subgenres. I mean, to me,
Yeah.
it's
they
probably
changed it
better
a
just
lot.
to be
The
like,
new
you know what?
metal is like the NU metal. They'll put Deftones into that.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it varies, bro.
Yeah,
because you
it's
see,
just
like
weird.
with
That's why it's like, why
I think
even
they're
call it
listed as
anything?
alternative metal now.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
that sounds
Yeah.
better.
I mean,
Sounds
because
better than new metal,
Right.
because
Yeah,
Chino's more of a singer
Not exactly
than an
new
actual
anymore,
like.
but
right. But
No.
Killswitch Engage, those guys definitely. But I never saw it as like they were more like. So you're talking about like metalcore or whatever, but you know, for me, it was something different.
Yeah.
Especially because you have that screaming, singing that dude was just a great guy.
Yeah.
Great singer. I never knew exactly what the genre was. I didn't give a fuck. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I just like this
You just
fucking
like it.
music.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, put that fucking song on, bro. I love that fucking shit.
Yeah, that song.
Yeah, like, I like that.
Yeah, the one that goes chug chug chug.
I fucking,
You know,
always.
chug, does it
Yeah.
chug?
I'll be waiting.
Yeah, man. But he came in, and so it was good. I mean, it was good. It was different, but he studied the material, the songs, and he got comfortable. He finally, but he was cool about it because he wasn't one of those that like, oh well, I didn't write that, or I'm gonna try to do something different. Or I'm gonna try to change it.
That's
No,
cool.
He was all like, man, it's like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I go, his arrangement's pretty challenging. Like, and he goes, his holdouts are very long. I go, they're pretty challenging.
So
like,
he was versed. He knew. So
Yeah.
he respected it.
He did, yeah, he did, and that was cool, And so when he came in, we basically had finished that one song, Tides, for the new EP, and then we were working on 2 other songs. So he kind of came. Or no, actually, I take that back. We finished Tides in a song called Unmend. It was in time that we were finishing up, but we hadn't had all the lyrical arrangements. I wrote pretty much most of the lyrics, but he contributed like I think a couple of verses on that one. So that one he was actually able to help collaborate on
Right.
that one and finish that, and then we finished the EP with him on that one.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah. And then he got a call from NASA.
Oh shit!
Houston, we have
And
a
then-
problem.
Exactly. And so I think live, we got to finish the EP, and we did get to do some shows. And I think we opened up for like the Browning, Shadows Fall, Fear Factory. It was a whole lineup. It was
Nice.
at backstage in this moment. So we had some good international shows, which was, if you think about it, it was pretty good, being that we were able to do that because we took a major hit, but yet we were still able to kind of bounce right back where
Yeah.
we last left off. But then he left, he took an offer, and so he moved to California, and we're like,
It was like a 1-2 punch.
it's like,
bro.
I know, and it's like, again, another key member, it's like, oh man, it's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like-
there's a charm.
The universe, is it trying to tell us something?
Yeah, exactly. It could have been, And so I think we gave it one last attempt. We found another vocalist through mutual friends in the music scene. And we did maybe 1 year. He learned the material. We at the time, everyone's like, let's just keep doing shows. Let's keep doing shows. So he learned the material, and then we just started pounding on shows and doing shows and all that. And then finally kind of coming off of that, the dynamics changed because out of all the vocalists, I think that particular one, he was just kind of in a different headspace. I think he did have a little bit more of like, he kind of wanted to put his stamp on it and kind of,
but like really kind
yeah,
of
you know what I
change
mean?
y'all's direction.
Yeah, in a sense. And we added a different bass player and a guitarist. So now we went from a 4 to a 5. And so we had 3 other dynamics that were now added that weren't there before. And so things started to change. And then you can tell like one, they wanted to go
Shifting.
this and that. And it was kind of like, and coming off of we could already feel the tensions. And it was one of those things that you kind of get to see their
Unravel before your eyes.
that and you can see like the built up tension between members, and you can kind of see like, okay, like
And practices, right? Like
or bad habits,
There you go.
bad
Yeah,
habits
yeah.
that were like, okay, so this dude just finishes and he just takes off.
Yeah.
Like,
No laters.
Yeah, just like, or comes in-
homework assignments, stuff
yeah,
like that.
it was just things like that. And so it just wasn't working. And then we just said, let's just,
He was going through the motions.
yeah. And we just kind of like put it on hiatus, and hiatus just wound up we just didn't start it up again. We just kind of
There was never even a breakup.
yeah, man. It was kind of like, I
we
don't
press
know,
pause
man.
and-
Because at that time, I mean, I was giving it everything I had, man. Like aside from, work and, child and relationship and everything, the everyday.
Yeah.
And
The grind.
and the grind, and trying to promote and network and all this, and it's constant, man. And
Yeah.
so I was exhausted. I was just kind of like, nah, man, like
Need a break?
I need a break, because
Yeah.
it's just boom, 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 and then it's like I'm out, I'm done.
You need that little break.
Yeah.
So let's transition to the current band now.
Okay.
So it's kind of a difference. You
Oh,
go
yeah.
from this metalcore, new metal band to
Yeah,
playing,
definitely noticed that.
Yeah.
you play,
To live
rock,
comedy.
alternative,
Yeah.
more popular songs, right? I mean,
I did hear that. I was waiting for you to.
so yeah, let's talk about the reunion.
Yeah, the reunion.
The
There you go.
reunion.
Oh, okay.
Let's-
Okay.
let's-
Yeah. There is quite a change. So the reunion. How did that start? Okay. So James, right?
Yeah.
James Martinez, the bass player.
Oh yeah, the bass player. Yeah,
That
yeah.
is
Sau-
Yeah.
Sausage fingers, James.
That was the thing, right? There was a stereotype like, you look like a bass player, motherfucker. I'm actually the singer. Fuck you.
Yeah. We won't go into descriptions of the stereotypes.
You just did.
The stereotypes of bass
He
players.
just called him sausage fingers.
We love you, James.
I'll edit that shit.
We want you on the
That's
podcast next.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
dude,
ain't
like,
calling you big. I ain't calling you big. Just big-hearted.
it's all love, baby. It's all love.
Yeah. So he okay. So
He got in contact with you said, right?
Well, let me see. When did we start that up? Because we were literally going to have a family reunion, right? Like our families, we're all spread out. And so it had been like, I don't know, like 15 years or something since we actually had like a big family gathering, right? And at the time he had like this rock, like a little school of rock.
Oh yeah, and
acoustic to rock studio
in like Floresville. Yeah, I remember.
And
yeah.
so it
This
was
is
like
James?
Yeah, James. It was like a practice hall, but he was like giving lessons and
Oh, okay,
stuff like
cool.
that, right? And so, I'd see him on Facebook and he'd be posting stuff and all like that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then when I was doing A Day of Bloodshed, I think he come out to a couple of shows and
Nice.
saw some of the videos and music
Support.
I was doing. Yeah, so he was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool, right? And so he had invited me out a couple of times to go check out his place, and I go out there and all that. And then it just kind of started like I told him, why don't we put a band together or something, like a family band? Because we have this reunion coming up, and I don't know if your brother's going to DJ or what, but maybe we can play live music and
Ooh.
do a live band thing. And that's how that started. So it started like that. So we're like, okay, well,
So wait, you and James are related?
yeah, he's my cousin.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's my cousin through my father, his father. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's how that came about, and we're like, okay, and they were like, all right, what do you know a drummer?
There we go. Yeah,
I was like, oh, here we go, man, here we go, and so we're like, well,
Because we have a bass player.
yeah,
And I'm on shredding guitar.
yeah. So, well, funny thing is, so I said, well, and he said, well, no, I think I know someone here. I'm like, okay. So he knew someone. His name was Gabe, and so he reached out to him, and he said, yeah, I'll help you all out, And it's like, okay. And then I said, well, now we need a singer. I'm like, damn, man. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, so I'm thinking. I'm like, and so I thought of Frank, and Frank and I go back. We go back because if you watch that video Until I Erase, Frank's the main guy.
I knew
Frank's-
that was him.
Frank's the main
I
guy,
didn't want to
yeah.
say anything, but I
Yeah.
go, look, that looks like Frank, but I wasn't sure.
And-
yeah.
And how I met Frank was before we even recorded the first EP, he was doing CG art and he was promoting his stuff on MySpace. And so he was listed as a graphic artist, musician, whatever, and all that, So he played music, he wrote music, but he was also doing computer graphics.
Nice.
And so I reached out to him, and he's the one that helped me design the cover art for the first EP for Day of Bloodshed.
Oh,
and,
shit.
and,
Yeah.
and the second two, now that I mentioned it.
Also, Frank has been
So-
around your journey kind of a little bit.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. So me and Frank do go back. That's how we met. So while he was doing that, I was doing A Day of Bloodshed. But he also did, like, in the earlier days, like some of our photography, some of our band photo shoots and all that. So he was like my photographer or CG art guy to go to for the projects. So I knew he was doing like coffee shop acoustic stuff and and writing his own music and all that. So I thought about, hey, well, you know what? Like, since we're going to be doing like covers and it's a little bit more mainstream stuff, commercial stuff, like, let me reach out to him. Like, let me see if he'll be, up to doing it. So I just asked him one day, like, hey, man, we're going to do this band. Would you like to? He's like, yeah, sure. Like, just okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
That's cool.
And then that's kind of how that started. So he comes into the picture, so it's one of those, you want the long story, you want the short story, but over a few years, it did take a while. We went through like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We went through 4 drummers.
Shit.
We went through 4 drummers before we finally got
In a duration
the
of
current-
like a couple of years?
Oh, man.
A year, 2, 3
Well,
years.
Well, because for a while, y'all were just covers, right? For a while,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
primarily covers. I mean, we just started off like, hey, let's just learn covers and we can just like play for this family function and whatever. But when that family function came, right, and we did it, we're like, well, we already learned 10 songs. You want to just keep it going, you know?
Yeah.
Just keep it going, right? And so like, okay. So that's kind of how that went. We just said, okay, let's keep it going. So at the time we were like, oh, let's do this song, let's do that song. And, you know, like, and we're getting like song overload, like, let's do this, let's do that. But at the same time, we're kind of like trying to find a little of our identity too, because it was one of those like, you know, well, let's do a Korn song, or let's do let's do 99 Love Balloons. It's like, okay, Korn, Nina.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It's like,
Because sometimes that's the cool thing about the cover band, right? Is that,
yeah,
you know, you have good musicians, you can pretty much play whatever you want. And
right.
and, I mean, that's
And have
what's
fun.
enjoyable about being in a cover band, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially going through the tension at the end of A Day of Bloodshed.
Yeah, you know, you need that fun, that outlet to, like, you know what, I want to play.
Yeah.
I want to play
Yeah.
a country song, you know, like.
Why not?
well, yeah, because coming off A Day of Bloodshed, the one thing I learned about that was that there was the business aspect of it and the management aspect of it, and that's a whole world in itself.
Yeah.
And that's the part that is exhausting, and that's the part that kind of like takes away from the fun of the music,
yeah.
you know,
Right.
where like you should be like, not should be, like you want to focus more on your writing and your, you know, your music and all that, but you're being pulled away because you're attending to booking and, you know, networking and all that.
Yeah,
So that part I did not miss. So yeah, so going into the reunion, yeah, it was like a load off. It was more like, okay, it was a different kind of challenge.
I think I wanna forget all of my problems tonight. Too much to think about and way too many battles to fight. But I know eventually this place is gonna want me to leave.
It was a different feel.
Yeah, because
Definitely.
it was one of those things like, okay, you know what? I remember learning songs, but it was always learning the cool riffs and the opening riffs and not really learning the whole song.
Yeah.
It's like
Go back when we first started.
Yeah, like my ADD mind wouldn't allow me to sit through the whole song, right?
Oh, that's cool
So,
riff.
so now it was more like, no, like you have to learn the whole song,
song,
right?
yeah.
And I said, okay, well, you know what? Why don't we just do like fun, upbeat songs and just kind of build momentum? And along the way, we try to like say, okay, well, we don't have keyboards, and I don't think we want to bring in another member because that means it's probably just going to be more to do with.
Another personality.
Right. And so it's like, okay, well, what can we do to like make some of these 80 songs kind of fun, kind of throw our rendition on
Right.
it? So at least we're having fun and kind of putting our own spin on some of
Yeah.
them.
So we punk them
And
up.
So we punk them up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what made it more fun.
Cool.
And so we're okay, let's do this song, let's do that song. Next thing we're just adding songs. And it was like, okay, well, how many more? Well, if we're gonna get gigs, we need at least do like 30 songs, 3
Yeah.
sets, at least 40 songs,
Yeah.
4 sets, whatever.
Because like nowadays, what it's like 4 hours to play.
Well, that's what I mean, because you do it like an hour, take a break, another hour, take a break. Right?
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, that's typically how it goes.
like 10, 15 songs a set.
It
Yeah,
can be.
yeah.
Usually what I'll do is like I'll put 15, but if time only allots for like 12 or 13 wherever it lands,
Yeah.
then we'll just do that.
Cool.
Unless it's the last set and they're like one more song.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're drunk
Yeah,
talking.
The encore.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on,
another
let's
one.
go.
Another one.
Play Free Bird.
Yeah.
Play my son, bitch.
I mean, we've actually had it to where they're like, "Hey, I'll give you $100 for one more set." I'm like,
Take
and
this.
we're like, "That's 10 more songs." We're like, 10 more songs. It's like, do you remember that one? Do you remember? Okay. So just go with it. Just go with
That
it.
actually happened. That's cool.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It has happened a couple of times, you know. And so, but it was good. It was good. So that's how that came about, right? So we did lose some time because there was a few years where like we just had no luck finding a solid drummer, and that happened a couple of times. And so there was some lost time in there. So, and then COVID happened. And so there was more lost time there. And then, then finally one day I was like, you know what? I do know one guy that might be interested because their band isn't doing anything because of the whole COVID thing. So I reached out to him and I asked him, hey, would you be interested in drumming for us? I said, it's pretty commercial stuff. Like, I know how you play, and I'm more than sure you could learn these songs pretty quick. And so he comes out and he did a couple of songs and ever since, he wanted something.
drummer.
Yeah, it was perfect because he was wanting to do something new because the band he was with he had been with them for like about 15 years and
Shit.
He was
What
already, he
what
was,
were they doing?
Nothing at the time. They only had, I think, one album out.
I don't know,
maybe.
what were they playing? You said that it was like a different style coming to y'all.
Oh yeah.
or
He was in a band called Eden Burning.
does that sound?
Did that sound familiar?
The-
Eden.
The guitarist used to work at Sam Ash. He was one of the salesmen. I think he at the time he was one of the managers. And but I think right now he's at Guitar Center. He's still active in music. I mean, I know the singer and guitarist of that
Or
band.
like?
I would describe them as like 80s rock,
Oh, okay.
like an 80s or some might call it like street rock. Kind of has that how can
Like
I just-
arena 80s rock?
kind of
Okay.
kind of.
Because the genre shit, I hate these fucking names.
Okay, like they could probably fit a bill like with like LA Guns or
That's what I'm saying.
something like that.
They'll put
So what do you call that?
as arena rock.
Arena rock.
Is it?
Okay,
Basically.
yeah,
I
kind of
mean-
like
Like
that.
because back
The-
before when they'd be like the hair metal bands and shit.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I say. What did they call that? That strip?
Oh,
The
Sunset
Strip.
Sunset Strip,
All
yeah.
the bands that played on there, that they were all kind of Motley Crue,
Motley Crue,
Guns
yeah,
N' Roses, and
Glam bands.
yeah, well,
But some of them didn't put the makeup on. Some did.
Exactly. It's like Bandera.
fun.
I love Bandera.
So
when do y'all get into like your original stuff?
Man, honestly, we didn't start the original stuff until what are we? 25. It was in the right at the tail end of 23, going into 24. So we said, hey, you know what? This year, let's really work on, writing our own stuff. Well, between me and James, because James was like, man, we should write our own stuff. We should write some originals and this and that. And I was like, man, like I hear you, I feel you, but that's a whole other thing.
I don't
man.
want to do that anymore. I don't want to go through that.
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly,
Yeah.
man. I was like, man, like you just don't know like how complicated it gets sometimes,
Yeah.
And but the artistic side of you, wants to write,
yeah.
because I did miss writing. I did miss the artistic expression of just words, melodies, whatever, putting the song together. And I thought, well, it would be interesting to see what we would come up with because we're all coming from four different worlds. You know what I mean? Like I'm more like definitely rooted in the heavy thrash, metal and all that and all the subgenres of that. And Frank is more rooted in definitely like more alternative grunge, 9 Inch Nails, a little bit of industrial kind of stuff. James, I want to say definitely he comes, I think, more from my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think he comes more from an R&B hip hop. Rock as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
because there was always rock. His older brothers were rockers.
Okay.
So he grew up with the rock, the classic rock in the house, but definitely I think more of the hip hop, R&B, rap kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then Doug is, I think he's comes from a little bit more of the metal world too. Probably
Y'all
not
had a
as,
good mixture of things, huh?
Yeah. so
there's a variety going on.
That's
Yeah,
good.
so
Yeah.
that's what I said. I told him
sometimes
like,
that's good.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was like, well, I wonder where it's gonna go because like I'm not gonna force anything. I'm not gonna say, hey, we're gonna be this kind of band, we're gonna write this kind of music. It's just like we'll throw something out there and see where
what
it
happens,
goes.
yeah.
And that's
That's cool.
exactly so whatever you hear in that, it was all by accident.
So
we're gonna take a look at the album.
I guess
accident.
you kind of So Steven brought the album in here. They got a vinyl here. What's the name of the EP?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of shit for them being on video, but
Monetary.
it's coming, guys.
Monetary.
Momentary.
Damn, nobody can pronounce shit today, huh?
Look at that. Look at that.
Let me look at this momentarily. This is actually a really cool cover art. This is like what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I saw like we were looking at it and we're like, dude, this fucking looks cool. Something I just would pull out too and just buy it.
yeah,
Didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
fucking know it.
Just
you
for
know?
the cover.
For real. It looks really cool, man.
Well, I was gonna say too. So y'all taking the style of punking up the covers, right? It kind of shows on the original stuff because I remember when we were first talking on Messenger and kind of gave a little review on the album.
Yeah.
but it did remind me of a lot of like pop punk, a lot
Okay.
of like punk stuff. I think I mentioned like No Use for a Name and those kind of bands because it even like Frank, the way he sings, it just kind of reminded me of that style,
Oh, okay.
which I loved. But that's one thing is like, well, was it because y'all already doing the punk covers kind of that way that it kind of just like, so writing it, I'm sorry. So like writing it, like you're bringing in riffs or it was just, oh, James has something or you have something or.
It was, well, you know what? I think, because, again, my cousin had thrown the idea like, hey, we should do originals, we should all that. And I said, okay, well, it's like, well, I've been sitting on some little melodies and some little riffs here and there that wouldn't work with the Dead Bloodshed, right?
Yeah.
But it was kind of like things that I came up with that I knew wouldn't fit for that project, right? But I hadn't really forgotten them. So they were always just kind of lingering around. I said, okay, well, maybe this will finally allow me to use those pieces of music that I wrote a long time ago and see where it goes, So that's how that came about. And I think because the way we're doing like covers, how we're kind of like doing little punk renditions of them and all that, the way we were approaching those songs and how we were kind of like, okay, instead of on the second verse, let's do the staccato beat, and then double time it. And we're kind of looking at the arrangement. That definitely kind of helped with a lot of the song structures for those songs. And it was one of those things, like I was telling the guys, like, yeah, instead of it being like every verse is exactly the same or every chorus is exactly the same, like let's do little things to kind of change it so it's not exactly the same, just kind of make it a little bit interesting instead of like so cookie cutter.
Sure, yeah.
And so I think when we were doing those renditions, that definitely helped with that approach to the song structure. And basically, yeah, it's just kind of whatever idea was thrown out there, we just kind of go with it and just kind of see where it went. And I think along the way, we kind of, would experiment, like, let's try this beat, let's try that beat, let's double time here, or let's, our straight beat here and all that. And then just when you feel it, you kind of feel it and you're like, okay.
And was it self-produced or you had somebody in here?
We recorded at Synergy Sound Studios.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see that.
Yeah, with Dennis. He's the engineer, the one who recorded it. The album is self-produced, so basically all our gig money, or not all of it, but a good chunk of our gig money that we're doing for Cover Variety and the cover gigs,
cool.
we use those funds to basically produce that
Nice.
album. So
This is cool here.
yeah, that's
little-
like it's like a little promo. Like I don't know, back in the day, you see everything you see there is very nostalgic in a sense because back like when I used to buy some of the vinyls back in the 80s, they had those inserts.
Yeah.
And they had like the scrapbook photos kind of thing. I don't know if you caught that. But that's where that came from. So again, I had the idea and I gave it to Frank because Frank's the CG graphic designer. So I'm always giving him ideas and all that, and I pass it to him. Then he puts it together, and that's exactly what happened. Even with
That's cool.
the album artwork too, like the cover of the album was a picture I actually took out in Route 66
Is it cool that we
at the Cadillac Ranch.
we released some of these photos with you guys?
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
not without permission. That's always
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah, it's fine.
And this is always good too. Colored vinyl.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
looks badass.
Yeah, it came out really nice. We were surprised. We were like, oh wow.
So where did they get pressed at? Where did y'all get them?
Was it CD makers?
Okay, and they're
CD makers or disc makers
out of country, out of state? Because I know there's a lot of
or disc makers or something like that.
disc makers.
I think
I've
so.
heard of them.
I got to get with Frank because
Yeah,
he's the one.
Didn't you say I got to make like a new batch too?
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to.
I mean, because we got to order ours, and they're not here.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna
what
order
I
from
said.
man.
I got the link, but I was like, man, I didn't buy it. I bought the Deftones
We were supposed to buy
album
before
instead.
Steve came into the
Yeah, I was like, I
studio.
want it before Steve comes in.
We're sorry, Steve, that we
I was
didn't
like,
have it in the
maybe you
studio.
can sign it for me and all that stuff. But,
That that's one of the things that I did
Yeah,
think
I
about.
would
But like,
too,
well,
like-
fuck, where am I supposed to get it. He's like, we're supposed to send me the link.
But I had told Caesar, I was like, man, you bring one, I'll buy it. I'll buy
No,
one,
for
man.
sure,
He's
like,
like, well, that
I'll pay you
I
right
think that
now,
one's
bro.
mine. I was like, okay.
That's what you earlier.
I was gonna ask you. So, going into the recording studio, did y'all record it all at once, or was it going in and recording one song and then coming back, or did y'all knock it out all in like a weekend or something?
No, it was one at a time
One at a
because we basically paid for like a kind of like a block rate.
Okay.
So we only have like so many hours to go in there and knock it out.
Yeah.
And again, everything's based on budget, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're like, okay,
yeah.
well, you know what? Let's learn the song. We get it down tight, and we're good to go. We book it. We go in there. We knock it out, get it done, and then we'll leave the
Makes
rest.
more sense.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And yeah, we don't overload. Like long.
You're focused on that one.
Yeah.
In
So you can
particular.
kind of give each song like your full attention.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
I like that mentality of going in there with like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think because we were like, well, hurry up. Let's
Oh,
try to
yeah,
get whatever
yeah.
the fuck
Oh,
we can
yeah.
record.
Oh yeah, because you're doing the hourly
Yes.
rate. The hourly rate.
We're like, you're running out of time.
Yeah.
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 But no, we did that, and I think the goal was like if we can try to at least record one song a month.
That was cool.
So at least by the middle of the year we'd be done with the song, and then from that part, then we can transition to like the artwork, the
Right.
production, all the other stuff.
Yeah, that all
then-
takes time.
Yeah, and then shopping around like to where are we going to get the albums manufactured at? How
Yeah.
much is that going to cost? And just kind of figure out the budgeting for that as
I
well.
was gonna say budget.
Yeah.
Like, you always got to be in the budget,
And,
dude.
and with that too, like after you have the recording, is it just sending the files to the record plant, or is it like a special? You have to do a different mix to get it to the record plant, or like how does that work? Like, how
That's a good question for Frank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm more than sure they got to be formatted for a certain thing, both the audio and the art files and everything.
Oh,
So
okay.
basically, you give them everything, and then they put it all
they do it.
together.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
Peanut Festival.
Oh, okay.
Where is that at? Because it's still, is it in the city? It's in Texas, right?
Yeah.
I said Seguin.
Is it in Seguin?
No.
No. Okay. All right.
Okay. I saw it. Okay, and I was bringing it up because it said
Pleasanton.
more up stand-up comedian, right? And I was like, was that fucking Dumb and Dumber in the back? And like y'all have like these little tracks that come off
Oh,
in your
yeah,
shows,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what was? I was like, that. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
Before it's like started the show, it looked like the Peanut Festival. Somebody was recording. Looked out in front of like a warehouse. Looked like two bay doors.
Oh, yeah. That was on a loading dock.
It's
That was-
loading dock,
yeah.
and it says the Peanut Festival.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm like, I was just trying to figure out like where is this Peanut Festival at?
It's in Floresville.
Floresville. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You know what? I think Pops got it right.
Did he get it right?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They called me like, where's the peanut festival at? I was like, Seguin? They have a big peanut out there. I don't know.
I think that was what got me. I'm like, well, that sounds right.
Yeah. No, it's in Floresville, and
But it was a
that-
cool. I watched the show and I was looking at these little things that
Yeah.
y'all threw out there. It looked fun, man. So
Yeah,
it's cool.
It was hot as hell though, man.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, yeah.
I would not doubt it.
It was
This happened last year, right? Just this last year.
Yeah, it was last year, and that was the first time that they set up that area because normally it's like on the main square. So I think that area that we were at, it was kind of like experimental for that year. But we're actually going to be on it again this year, and but I think this time they got us on the main stage, like in the main
Okay.
square. So that's good. It's
Yeah,
it's a
fuck
bump
yeah.
up. It's a
That's
bump up.
something to for us to tell the fans. I mean, shit, it's fucking badass.
Talking about earlier about those tracks that y'all put, I think it's on yesterday.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Who is that? Or what? Like, why can't you just play the chords right? I hate punk rock music.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
And I was trying to figure out, I was like, what's that from? What's that movie from? Is it from a movie or?
No, I don't even think it's from a movie. I believe it's a radio voice from KSYM. I think she hosts a show, but Frank knows her, or
okay.
he got the permissions to use her voice for,
Oh,
for the
nice.
EP
Cool.
or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's someone who works at KSYM, I think, and that was talking trash or whatever. I don't know if she was being sarcastic or what,
yeah.
or serious or what. I don't know. But he liked it, and he's like, "Yeah, we can clip it and we can put it in in front of one of the songs." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay,
Yeah,
cool, that'll work."
I think it is yesterday, right? That
Yeah.
it's in front of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Just
like, who
play
is that? I was like,
just play the notes right.
just play the notes right.
She sounds all
I hate
frustrated.
Punk rock music. Just play the notes right, okay? I was like, who the hell is this? Oh, this is cool. But I have to say that's one of my favorite on the EP.
Oh,
Yeah,
yesterday?
yesterday, yeah.
Oh, okay. What?
Yesterday has gone away.
Yeah, that was
kinda-
actually the second song we wrote.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the you guess which the first one was.
It has to be Loser, maybe. No.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. It was Loser, and then it was Yesterday. And again, it was just
Because that's the first song on the album, yeah, right? So
Yeah.
Wasting Time, Loser.
yeah.
Social media and TV, well, they all say it's bad. When only for $200 is a pill if you're sad. If only for a little moment, we all need an escape. When in the bottom of this bottle is where I will partake.
One thing I learned along the way too, and just from being a listener, is I've always liked when an album kind of takes you on that roller coaster ride, and so like it kind of starts off strong or on
Right.
the upbeat, and then it kind of comes down a little bit, but then it ends off a little bit, on an upbeat or a little bit,
Yeah, Tone's
Sure,
always
yeah,
been
yeah.
really good about,
Sure.
when we
Song
make
placement.
Song placement.
yeah, like, dude, you make the mix, bro.
Yeah.
We're riding for like 3 hours and shit. Like, you make the mix.
Yeah.
And he would even like do like the set list too. So
Oh, I used to
kinda
enjoy
get,
doing
like,
that.
Oh,
the
the set-
set list.
Yeah. How did that work with you guys? Set list. Do you do it or?
Usually I'll do the set list, and usually that's kind of the formula, like start strong, end strong kind of thing.
Yeah.
But,
In between is the.
yeah.
So you want that big in the beginning, that big bang.
Because that's
you also want
in
it to be
between
in.
that's when you can go to the restroom and go get your other beer and stuff. And,
Yeah, kinda
I'll be there
that.
like,
we're gonna save the
we
good
can't miss
stuff.
the first song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the next challenge is really for me as trying to put the songs, and of course I'm going to get feedback from the guys because I told them like, dude, so this next Peanut Festival, like we have only one set, and we're so used to playing 3 sets, 4 sets, and all that, and it's like, am I going to pick the top 10 songs out of like
Yeah.
about 100 songs?
Yeah.
100 fucking songs.
Yeah,
But
we-
now too, you have the
Well,
originals,
and-
right?
and
Yeah,
that
the
is-
originals.
and
come
It's
that-
gonna
in.
be more gears towards this though, right?
That part I'm not too sure yet
Really?
because I don't know if I'm assuming, but I'd have to ask James. Are we being brought on as original artists, or are we being brought on as
That's
a
true.
cover variety? Because we're still like in both worlds right now.
Gotcha.
And honestly, the cover variety pays better.
Yeah.
It pays more, and that's actually what helps funds this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's
So-
cool that y'all are taking that approach because we talked to a lot of, obviously while you're here, the musicians that use this to spend it on their original stuff, but still doing what they love to get this stuff out, which is really
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't really come out of pocket per
Right.
se.
So you're doing what you love to get this.
exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I guess that would help any other artists or like you
Yeah.
said, people just trying to start off. Like,
Sure,
hey,
yeah.
learn 30 songs, play 3 sets, and get
Get
paid,
some money.
get some money, and
Get your originals made.
fund your original songs. Yeah.
That's actually really
Nice.
good advice,
Yeah.
man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was the next question.
plus you're getting constant practice.
Sure.
And you're staying consistent.
There you go.
Right. And
Let them
you're-
have it, Steve.
and you're going to get live feedback, good and bad. And a note to always remember is that you're never going to please them all. Never, ever. There's always a critic, but I think just stay true to yourself and your music, really. And I think with music, you do go through certain phases where hey man, I'm very angry right now. I think you hear it in the music.
Let me get a pen and paper right now. Pencil.
Yeah. But and there's so many genres and subgenres and categories and all that, and I know sometimes people need labels to kind of describe if they haven't heard it, but I mean just go with what you're feeling, really.
Yeah.
Just
It's
let
great
it.
advice.
Yeah.
I think, people do struggle like to find that, like you were talking about earlier.
Where do I start?
Where we at, how are we
Yeah.
feeling? We're finding each other in the band, when everybody was so different.
Yeah.
But then you start to figure out, okay, well, this is how it's flowing. And
Yeah.
that's something earlier in the video that stuck with me. Like, and it's true. Something that some of these up and comers should know. It's not, don't put too much pressure on yourself,
True. Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
well said, man. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, there's always going to be a critic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're always going to get compared, or you're going to say, "Oh, you sound like
There's always
them,"
going to be an
or-
asshole.
or you sound like y'all trying to be like this and all that, and it's like, well, you know what? I mean,
At least I'm trying to do something.
right? But I mean,
Brush 'em off.
there. everything that's been done has pretty much been done.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you really can't.
So you think? Come on, come on.
True. Well,
You love music. I mean, there'd be some shit out there that you might listen to and be like, shit, I like this.
Well,
Never thought I would.
yeah.
Well, that's what we're going to get into right
It was
now.
probably AI. Though.
We're going to start.
Shit.
We're going to start asking Steven the hard questions right now.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no.
Now you're on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no. Oh no.
It's a little segment.
towards the end of the interview, we like doing, just
Have a
or-
button here. It's going to
yeah.
zap you real quick. I'm just
And
kidding.
if you answer wrong, our robot's going to come out here and.
He's like, is that offer for a beer still on the table?
It's all right. Yeah. So let's get it. We like asking our friends, and they come and do the interviews with us because they're musicians, right? And just like to see,
Yeah.
what they like to listen to. Let's just say your house is burning.
My house is burning.
It's up in flames, and nobody's in there. It's empty.
Hypothetically, of course. You know,
Yes,
we don't want nobody's house
nothing's
to
ever
burn.
gonna happen. It's just
No
saying,
bad
but-
juju.
But
Okay.
they told you can go inside, but you could only get 5 albums from your room,
And they're on
Which-
vinyl.
Yeah, or vinyl,
All
your
time, or
CDs, but just your top 5
music.
albums. Which ones are you bringing out of the house?
Man.
It's always a. You always do that shit.
That's a hard one, man.
That is a hard one.
That's why you say, here comes the hard questions.
because it's,
You know,
it's
I
hard.
could fit like 5 here and 5 here. I could probably get like 10 albums, you
And then
know?
I could fit
I got
a
2
couple of-
hands,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
He's
Well,
like, look
it's
at that crate right there. I can lift
Yeah,
it with 2
yeah.
hands.
I could
It
throw
was
as many in the
trying,
crate,
I
right?
was trying to bring some, but like in the movies,
All right, all
he
right.
only
This
has
is
one
tense.
one choice.
Dang. Yeah, that's
He made it into an Eminem song.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Okay, so I got these physical vinyls and it's burning. And I got 5 albums. I was like, oh man, okay.
Also, gear it towards it. That's the only shit you're going to have for the rest of the
Yeah.
duration of your music.
That's the ones
all
that
you
you
have.
know you're. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well, you know
okay,
what?
we could take our
You know
time.
what? You know what?
Yeah, you can take it.
Because I think most of these are locked into the 80s
Yeah.
because the 80s was definitely like a lot going on for me, like musically. It was just
yeah.
all over the place, but I really gravitated to the one that started it off, like first fandom was Journey, Escape, right? So that would be one because that was huge for me at that time. And then
You talked about the cover art too.
Yeah.
yeah,
we got that.
yeah,
It
exactly.
goes back
man.
to like what y'all. That's cool. Like full circle right now with y'all shit. That's badass.
So there's that. So there's Journey. All right, Escape. I would say Master of Puppets.
Mm.
Master of Puppets. That was a
Hell
big
yeah.
one. That was there was at that time.
On a lot of people's list.
Yeah, and that's one of those A to Z albums where it's
Oh, yeah.
roller coaster ride. I mean, it's got solos, it's got harmonies, it's got melodies. It's thrash. It's
Got everything.
it's got everything, right? So that one, Good Times, BMXing, all that stuff.
We got 2.
That's 2. Jeez, 3 more to go.
3 more to go.
And I think each one is kind of a different
That's cool though. That-
or genre in itself.
if you want to have a variety,
Yeah.
right? Because you're never gonna have this shit again.
Ooh, there was a band called Cryptic Slaughter.
Cryptic
I
Slaughter.
don't know if you remember them.
No.
They were a crossover band. They were crossing over between punk and thrash. But the album is awesome.
Where were
It's
they from?
They were way ahead of their time. I think from California.
Oh, okay.
They're
It just
on-
sounds like European. No, I'm not.
Oh
like,
no. They were like
He loves the Clash.
they were like skater surfer dudes if I remember. Yeah.
Hey, bruh. No.
This next song for you. Read about my. Oh,
Yeah.
that's Eddie.
But for me, that album, same thing. It was just I think they were ahead of their time because they were like blending in like punk with their solos have like a dirty blues element to it. And
So you're gonna have to send that
and
to us because
thrash.
since we both
Yeah,
never
yeah,
listened
send-
to it.
with
send us that so
some
we-
thrash. And then I think they're one of the first bands that really started to like incorporate what they would call the blast beat.
Oh,
And
On the drums?
and blast beats weren't a thing until like Cannibal Corpse came out. And I
Oh,
was like,
yeah,
what?
I didn't know that term.
Basically,
That's why I was like,
it's like when the snare goes
yeah.
like
Exactly.
that. So I was like,
That's the shit we used
that was
to hear.
so that was like new. Like,
yeah.
damn, that sounds fast, you know. And you didn't hear that because even thrash bands weren't like the fastest. Like Slayer
Well,
wasn't
you
even
start,
doing that.
yeah,
you know?
but you start to hear it in the newer black death metal and all that shit.
yeah,
Like, that's
now,
constant.
now it's nothing new, you know.
Yeah, it's not.
But at that time it was different. It was like, oh wow, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
it had punk, it had thrash, it had a little bit of everything, and you know, like surf music did have an infusion of like that with
yeah.
with the blues kind of
Kinda
thing going
bluesy,
on.
like
Yeah,
jazzy.
and so they mixed it very well. Like nothing felt forced. It was like, and their transitions were crazy. Like whoa, wow.
Yeah.
So
we need
it's
to listen to this
kind of
now.
like maybe like an Agent Orange band, Agent Orange. They were kind of
remember.
like the punk that would use the surf riffs, kind of.
Okay, like the
so-
tremolo riffs. That
Yeah, so
yeah,
they're-
yeah.
And they're from like the mid '80s
Okay.
punk, and they're also from I think what's that? Orange County, California.
Oh,
like so
okay,
they're
okay.
really
Okay.
surfer dudes. You know.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
and so,
Ooh.
I was making,
So-
do
so
we
that was-
know
that
any
was-
surfer dudes?
Yeah.
I don't.
so that was 3, right? So we still got 2 more.
Okay, so this one's hard. So that's what. So we got a commercial rock, right? We got Metallica, that's thrash. Then we got the Cryptic Slaughter, that was more underground.
Cryptic Slaughter.
Let me see. I was really digging a lot of Testament, like their first album was called The Legacy. Again,
Legacy of
it's
Testament,
yeah,
it's older.
yeah, it's a thrash album, but the guitars, you know, something about the guitars, Alex Skolnick, like it just, I loved his solos and the harmonies that we're doing and all that, and
Oh yeah.
and so it's a pretty solid album if you like thrash, like
Legacy, you said?
The Legacy, yeah, it's
Legacy.
their
The
first full length, yeah, that one, and then
One more.
Number
One
5.
more.
We're not gonna get to the 90s or the 2000s.
Well-
it doesn't matter.
well,
It's all you.
Oh,
I'm just
man.
fucking with you,
You
man.
know,
It's all you.
you know what? I think right before Tides came out, I was really listening to a lot of Parkway Drive, the Horizons album. Yeah, yeah, they're. I guess you could say they're like a metalcore genre.
Okay.
Yeah, but same thing. It's one of those like roller coaster ride albums. You know, it starts off one way and then boom, it hits.
So we have a
Just-
pattern with you. That
Yeah.
this,
Yeah,
that's
you
good.
like
That's
his-
cool.
Yeah, you know,
I know what I like.
Yeah, man. And again, you know, it's just like it's like go time kind of music. You know?
Hell
like,
yeah.
It's time to go. Let's go. You know.
We in the gym.
Yeah. I'm amped. I'm pumped.
Fucking Parkway Drive. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is that the straight rate? No, motherfucker. I'm playing this shit.
Yeah.
Time to cut the yard. Picking 5 is tough because there's so
Yeah.
many albums out
Yeah,
there.
to pick from, you know, and that's why it's hard because you love music. You have
He's job interviewing, bro, without you even knowing it.
Okay. Hey, don't forget the guilty pleasures,
Yeah.
man. Like
And
I'm telling
if
you.
you don't mind when we put the pictures up and stuff of the interview, we'll list your top 5 if that's okay.
yeah.
And then the little
that's fine.
the little description and all that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um,
They're gonna be like, who are those bands?
Who are those? But see,
Who are
but
those
No,
bands?
that's what's cool.
you
Yeah.
know what? I mean, because now maybe somebody's like, hey, let me check out. What was it?
I never heard of them.
The band
Cryptic.
Cryptic
Slaughter.
Cryptic Slaughter.
Yeah.
See, we
But
really fucking
name,
forgot.
yeah, just that name alone is like, man, I gotta see that band. I gotta look that up.
Say the name 3 times.
Yeah,
Right.
Cryptic Slaughter.
But yeah, I mean, man, like, well, even like Pantera, Cowboys from Hell, like that one was
Hell
a huge
yeah,
one,
baby.
you know?
Cowboys from Hell.
Yeah. So I mean,
Well, my favorite one was Vulgar Display of Power.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was on his top 5.
Oh yeah,
Top
for-
5.
Because I think in the
Definitely.
first interview they asked us.
Oh, yeah.
when we were interviewing our friends, and they're like, "Well, what about y'all?" You know, because
Yeah, yeah.
it was kind of like.
They wanted to ask
But
us.
did we do 5 or did we do 3?
We did 5, but we changed the scenario up.
Yeah,
it
every
was
once in a while. I think
it was an island. Yeah, we're
with one of our interviewers, we did movies.
Oh, okay.
So we did movies. It just kind of fill it
Change.
out, like
Oh, okay.
to see.
just to have fun.
Yeah.
and,
You should ask like, what are your 5 guilty pleasure
there you go.
bands?
Well,
Oh yeah,
That'd be a good question.
So like somebody like
so there you go. Ask him.
like somebody saying like Britney Spears or something, you know, or who do I? You know,
Really?
Like, well, no, that would
Oh,
be
you're
an
a
ex-
Tay
that
Tay
would be
because
an
you're a
exa-
Travis Kelce fan, right?
Well, I'm a big.
You're a Swiftie?
He is a
No, I
Swiftie.
mean, I'm more to the original pop star Madonna. So you know,
Oh, yeah.
so,
He's a material girl no
yeah,
matter
oh
what.
yeah.
In a material world.
Oh yeah, man. It was like, I was like, man, I was so heartbroken when I found out that that it's not a guitar, it's a synthesizer.
Synthesizer.
I always thought it was a guitar riff. I was like, man,
I thought you were gonna start singing it, bro. I was about to clap the beat.
All right, well, a lot of this stuff we can cut, so don't worry about it. But
It's all good.
we'll see. So you know, thank you for being here, man, and showing up and doing this with us. It's really fun. Do you have any upcoming shows that you want to promote for the band?
Peanut Festival, we know.
Yeah, we have Peanut
Anything
Festival.
coming up?
Is that going to be in summertime?
It's going to be, oh man.
'Cause I don't
wanna
know,
say
like, is it always the same time of year? The
Yeah,
Peanut
it's,
Fest- I mean,
it's in the
right?
fall. It's in October.
Oh,
Okay.
well, there
In
you go.
October.
So
Yeah.
it's coming up
It's coming
soon?
up. Yeah, it's coming up.
Shit.
But no local shows coming up? Any?
No, not
I mean,
that
Floresville's still
know.
kind of local.
Yeah.
Not that far.
Hey.
Sub-local, but yeah.
I mean, it's not San Antonio, but you know, whatever.
yeah.
Hey, it's past Bear County. That's that counts as touring, man. If you leave Bear County.
No, nothing against that. I'm just saying, like, you can get your ass up there and check out the show, everybody. Come on.
There you go.
You show some love to original, the Union music, man. Come on.
I mean,
The reunion.
You want to promote your social media? You want to?
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Back to the gig. We have that one, the Peanut Festival. I believe it's October 19th. Don't quote me on it. I'd have to double check. It's on a Saturday. And then we do have, I think the following weekend we have like this private gig in Pleasanton. And so we do that as well. Like, so aside from, public events.
Also, we can book you.
Yeah. We do that, like for parties or events or whatever, like, or some people are just like, yeah, well, I'm going to have a birthday and we want a live band. We don't want to do the DJ thing and all that. And so we'll do stuff like that.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. So
Plus,
we have
they
that.
usually like reach out to you, like an instant message, or how do y'all usually prefer it? You or
Well,
them?
I mean, they could message the band page or either on Facebook or on Instagram.
Yep.
Where else? And then I do believe we have a link. I think it's Tree Link.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah,
It's on your album. Or,
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
so I think when you go to the Tree Link, is automatically takes you to the songs.
website. I think it takes you to the website as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And,
If it's
then
linked
it
to
should have
yeah.
the links like to all our socials on there. Yeah.
And when we put the show out too, in the description notes and all that, we'll put all the links.
Okay.
So I'll go and get the links from y'all's Linktree. I'll put to link
That's
to
because
Apple Music.
y'all on every platform now, right? Pretty much.
I want to say, because, I think we recently added TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
Because everyone's like, y'all should do TikTok. Y'all should do TikTok. I was like, damn it.
But
All
I
right.
mean, like TikTok, same thing with we talked about earlier about the video, the podcasting stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you want to get there eventually, but
Yeah.
the whole thing with TikTok, those are like people with attention spans 1 minute, 2 minutes. Like,
Hey,
what the hell? What are we
leave
gonna
TikTok alone,
listen
man.
to, man? Like,
Yeah.
I just, I don't want to see it to where it's like, hey, man, I heard half the song.
No, yeah. And of course too, right?
You know what I mean?
They're teasers.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay,
I mean,
that's
what-
I guess
what-
where I was getting towards. Like, what was it going to be like?
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's the whole point of TikTok for that is teasers because it's supposed to strike curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can look
So
it
you
up.
can
Like
go
for us,
back and,
we're working on commercials.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Ads.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So where we're like, this will be, we're not going to do
So
commercial for
we're
all
gonna
of
we're
them.
gonna ask you for a favor in a little while after we kind of finish it.
Oh,
but,
yeah, I
but
think-
the new album,
Mm-hmm.
Momentary Escape, you can go check it out on Apple Music, Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
There's also if you get on your on the Instagram or Facebook, right? There's a link to buy a copy.
I think if you go to the Tree Link, there should be something to buy, like if you want to purchase the vinyl or shirts.
Because
Okay.
it takes you to the website where you buy it, right?
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so look,
Trailing.
look for that. Look for
Yeah.
that.
Just remember Trailing, guys.
All right.
And
Yeah,
I think it should be on there, right?
I'm looking.
the
Oh yeah,
link's
yeah.
there.
The link tree. Yeah, the where you can go to it. So yeah, man, shit. Go get this album.
We're definitely going to try to get it.
No, yeah, we will. I will.
Well, I mean, that one.
I mean,
is
it
the one
just
that I
it
brought
was this one
for-
and Deftones. Come on.
Did you
man,
wait? Did
know,
you bring this
like-
for? Because we'll hang it up, bro, and commemorate it. We're gonna commemorate it and be like, well, yeah, he brought it because this is for the studio. Right? Obviously, we have stuff up. Just
Yeah.
we collect, but we have different things in here that we want to put up from the band members
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah.
But hold on, you didn't hear what he was. It was. I think he was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Talking to you.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, from previous conversation, I remember I said I'd bring you the album.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's yours, bro.
Nice. Wow, that's awesome.
Hey, that's cool, man. That's
We're-
badass.
we're definitely
this dude's
gonna-
like, well, I think he's bringing his own. It's not mine.
No,
I'm like,
no,
well,
no.
I
but
can understand
you-
that.
I'm gonna pay you for it, right? It's just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It all goes to the next EP, man. It
No,
really does. It really does.
Yeah. Donations.
Sure.
I don't even have to buy one, man.
Oh, yeah.
I give the money.
Yeah. You have Apple Pay?
No, but I got the.
He's got everything else.
I got the.
Oh, that's
the,
right.
the QR. The QR.
There you
Awesome.
go. Scan
All right,
that
so
shit, baby.
Yeah.
Steven, again, I mean, we held you here for a while.
Yeah,
we're only
I
supposed to
know.
do an hour and 20 minutes.
I didn't know
and
we held you hostage for almost 2 hours, bro.
It's gone
wow.
good.
Yeah,
So
it's been a minute.
yeah, like I said, thank you again, man, for being here.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, and hopefully we get to see you again. You
All
know,
right,
maybe next time we do the whole band when y'all put out another EP and get the whole band together and maybe do
Oh, okay.
something.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Same thing. You know, thanks for the info for just letting people know how tough it is sometimes, and I don't think people realize. So that's really cool that you brought that up.
Yeah. I mean, it's constant. I mean, you know, but it's just one of those things. You take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have those times where it will challenge you and life hits and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah, there's the result, the end result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You a lot of people. I think what helps a lot. Well, I know it. For me, it helped, you know, was music was always the outlet, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, people, you know, going through hard times or just, you know, challenging things, you know,
Yes, sir.
you escape,
Yes.
you know,
definitely.
and that song kind of takes you away for a little while, you know, kind of takes your troubles away. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I guess you could say that's my part of giving back, you know, is to like
Hell yeah.
help write songs and put songs out there. And so it's out in the ether. And if it helps someone along the way, if it motivates them to work out in the gym,
There
they're
you
all
go,
pumped up
yeah.
or whatever, or it just does something for them to make them just chill, you know, then I feel it served its purpose, you know, and that's
Out in the world,
No, I
right?
just-
the,
yeah.
the universe reaching back out to you and giving you that love. And we
these
give you
mine
that
too?
love as well. I was going to say,
Are these mine too?
yeah.
I'm just the producer, but do I get anything?
Yeah. I'll sell you this for $1.
I'll buy that for $1.